Disclaimer: this video will touch on topics such as animal abuse. While none of the videos I show will be graphic, viewer discretion is still advised. Also, I'm not a professional. I'm just an autistic guy on the internet who's confused on why this isn't being talked about. So I figured I'll be the first to do it. If I make any mistakes, please correct me in the comments. So have you guys heard of Travis the chimp? In 1995, a young chimp was born and separated from his mother, Susie. The youngster was taken in by Jerome and Sandra Harold and named Travis. They would dress him up, feed him people food and drinks, and he could even drive. Travis was even in some commercials back in the day.
Thank you. You're welcome.
However, on February 16, 2009, tragedy struck. Sandra's friend, Charla Nash, came over to visit. Somehow, Travis got agitated. Some say it was Nash's hair that day. Maybe it was because she was holding his Tickle Me Elmo. Maybe it was the Xanax he was on. Yes, he was on Xanax. But either way, Travis got really mad and ripped Nash's face off. Police were called and they shot him. Travis then crawled to his cage and passed away. Charla Nash, despite her brutal injuries, survived. She went under facial reconstruction surgery, and as far as I know, she is still alive today and is well. Sandra died in 2010 from an aneurysm. Now, you may be asking yourself, why am I bringing all this up? Well, I'd like to introduce to you the main topic of this video, Kikyandnono. Nono is Nordine, I cannot find a last name at this time, and Kiki is the chimpanzee. I can't find out if it's a boy or a girl, so I'll just use they/them pronouns for simplicity's sake. Call me Book if you want. I don't care. From the surface, it seems like a cute Instagram account about a man and his baby chimp. The comments seem to reflect this too, with tons of love pouring into them every single post. So what's the problem? Believe it or not, what you're seeing before you is a victim of illegal pet trafficking. This is the illegal trade of exotic animals so that they can be sold as pets. These animals are ripped away from their natural habitat and sold for a huge amount of money. In some cases, other animals are killed so that they can get their animal of choice. If you remember Travis from earlier, his father, Coco, was a victim of this, taken from his home and purchased for 12 grand. It is most likely that Kiki's family was killed so that they could snatch them and that they're an orphan. Trauma like this can incite certain behaviors they can see in some of these videos. To start off, separation anxiety. Nordine will often post videos of Kiki reaching out for someone to hold them, either hooting in distress or screaming.
Hey Michael, take the car, okay? This good? I let you try after you give me your feedback, okay? Yalla, see you.
Baby chimps cling to their mothers for at least 5 years. Kiki is most likely 2 or 3 years old right now, as of recording. All want someone to hold them and love them, and yet Nordine exploits Kiki's cries for help as look at how cute my baby chimp is. And only like 1 or 2 people actually notice how harmful this is, and usually they're called snowflakes or other names of the sort by replies. And there's no doubt I'll probably receive some comments like this as well, but I'm prepared. I've survived worse. Anyway, here are a couple more examples of side effects that are possible from this kind of trauma.
What is this, Kiki?
Tu veux quoi, Kiki? Kiki, allez, choisis, tu veux quoi?
Now let's move on to Kiki's diet. Now I know I'm certainly not one to judge, but if you own an exotic pet, you need to give it proper nutrition. Travis was morbidly obese. Before he attacked Charlie and Nash, he had fish and chips and ice cream cake. A regular chimp's diet consists of fruits, nuts, plants, and insects. Meat makes up less than 2% of their diet. Like Travis, Kiki is given food that isn't good for them. They do have fruit occasionally, but there are more videos of them eating food not for chips. Pizza, chicken, chocolate, pastries, soda. There's juice, but it looks artificial. We actually see a possible side effect of their bad diet. In this video, we see what I think is a dentist coming in to put medicine on Kiki's gums. If you look in the comments, someone asks what happened. Nordine replies, remove teeth. It's very likely that Kiki got a cavity or something was wrong with their root canal. At least brush their teeth. Jesus. If you're gonna feed your chimp all this crap, at least make sure they have a good hygiene. Prevent stuff like this from happening. Or maybe, just maybe, feed Kiki what they should actually be eating. Okay, let's talk about how Kikyandnono play. But really, it's not playing, it's just Kiki being terrified. Let me show you how chimps normally play. Now let's see Kikyandnono. See the difference? The chimps in the first clip are mostly silent except for slight laughter, you know, a sign of having fun. With Kiki, they are hooting in distress and actively trying to push these pillows away. Don't even get me started on the slide. Kiki is straight up terrified. They're letting out high-pitched screams. Chimps only scream when they are being threatened. And while yes, going down a slide may not seem threatening to us, chimps don't have slides in the wild. It makes sense for this baby chimp to be afraid of something so unfamiliar to them. Of course, this is another example of Nordine exploiting Kiki for views because, haha, funny monkey. And this happens countless times until finally they are scared straight until going down the slide. Imagine being forced to have fun. Really heartbreaking to see. Now I can hear all of you right now. Zach, you dumbass! Nordine is a professional. He owns the Albuquerque jungle, a sanctuary for all kinds of wild animals. First off, this is nothing like a sanctuary. It's a zoo mixed with a tourist trap. Second, if this was a sanctuary, why are the lions and tigers in chains? And why are the visitors, including children, allowed to touch these big cats? This could easily go wrong in a millisecond. In fact, if Kiki was just a couple years older and bigger, we could have had another Charlie Nash on our hands. Watch these clips.
Why you do that? Stay here. Play with her. Play here. Come. Kiki, say hello, Brazil.
Anyway, besides everything I just stated, why do I bring this up? Well, if Kiki was truly a part of the sanctuary, why are they wearing clothes? Why do they live with Nordine inside his house? Why do none of the other animals get this treatment? It's very simple. Kiki's a pet that brings in money for Nordine. Some people just come to the zoo to see Kiki. Kiki is Nordine's cash cow. Although, maybe somewhere in him he does care for Kiki, I think we all know that he sees Kiki as his moneymaker. If Kiki is in the video, it will get hundreds, thousands, if not millions of views. People will click if they see a chimpanzee in clothes, or in a car, or on the side. It's sadly a fact on social media, like Instagram. But allow me to show you the opposite side of the spectrum, a guy who actually cares about his animals. Zookeeper Chad. And what a Chad he is. This is Caius. His mother, Kipenzi, suffered from a retained placenta, which of course caused her to not feel well enough to take care of Caius properly. Kipenzi was operated on and she recovered. However, Caius needed help from the zookeepers, as he was, quote, a sepsis pneumonia time bomb, end quote. He was put on breathing tubes and a heart monitor, but he went on to make a full recovery. Now allow me to quote a post Chad made to his Instagram, as I feel it is important to this entire situation. From the very beginning of raising Caius, I tried to share what was happening in real time for everyone to share the journey, obviously not knowing where we would end up. The goal was to always get him back with the gorillas as soon as possible, and hopefully, of course, with his own family. I took videos of everything, as you can imagine, but tried to keep myself out of most of the videos, as I knew it would be misinterpreting as somehow humanizing him, if I was judged from just an image without reading or knowing the story. Now that Caius is happily back with his family for all to see at Mogo Wildlife Park, I'll try to find some of these moments of our time together while I was raising him, as hopefully it shouldn't be seen as negative anymore, but an important stage of development for him, and a precious memory for me. This is what true love for an exotic animal looks like. Proper nutrition, no human clothes, being attentive, but at the same time, slowly integrating him with his own family. And there are other animals focused on too. Each animal gets its own equal amount of treatment. They have kangaroos, giraffes, monkeys, koalas, tigers and lions that are in chains, and most likely more. Unlike Kikyandnono, zookeeper Chad has no videos that exploit their animals. Chad just wants to show the progress his animals are making, and I think that is beautiful. Caius, as far as I can tell, is back with his family, but I'm sure he's still looked after, of course. Ah shit, I gotta conclude with Kikyandnono. In conclusion, Kiki, although it may not look it, is being abused. The humanization, the diet, just the way Nordine treats Kiki, they're constantly screaming for attention, and that's exactly what Nordine wants. He wants the clicks, the views, the money. And I need to talk about one more thing. One of the main reasons I made this video in the first place. Kiki is another Travis in the making. Think about it. He was dressed like a human, he ate food he probably wasn't supposed to. Of course, social media wasn't what it was back in the day, but Travis was a bit of a celebrity with the commercials he was in. The similarities are there. Part of me does blame Sandra Harold, but you have to consider that her only child, Suzanne, died in a car accident in 2000, and her husband, Jerome, died in 2004 from cancer. Travis was truly all she had after that. Grief, as powerful as this, can do many things. So it makes sense for Sandra to see Travis as her own son. Of course, this is not an excuse. She was warned multiple times by law enforcement that chimps can be very aggressive and mature. And Travis held up traffic once and even bit someone once. But Sandra just couldn't let Travis go. That's the difference between Sandra and Nordine. You get the feeling that Sandra truly and dearly loved Travis despite everything questionable. But as they say, if you love something, you have to let it go. And I have a strong gut feeling that in the many years that pass by, and if Kiki isn't let go, Kiki will turn violent and become another Travis. Of course, I don't expect this video to be the one that gets the Albuquerque jungle investigated. Or not PETA, thank fucking God. But I did want to make this video for awareness sake, and this will probably be the only video I'll make like this. I'm not Curtis Connor or Funky Frog Bait. I just post whatever the hell I want. This probably won't even reach 1,000 views, but that doesn't matter. Just as long as someone knows about how harmful Kikyandnono is, I'll be happy. Thank you for watching, bye!